Each graduating class chooses one faculty member and one senior student to deliver commencement speeches. This year, the students have honored Matthew Herman, English teacher, and T4 team leader, and Noela Calasa, class of 2019. I would first like to invite Mr. Herman to the podium.
Board of Trustees, it's a serious speech. Board of Trustees, Dr. Brenner, Mr. Dillette, parents, guardians, colleagues, and of course, the class of 2019. I'm Matthew Herman. I teach English in the Tutt House, and I've been the grade level team leader for the class of 2019 for the last 3 years. It's truly one of the great honors of my life to get to speak to you at graduation, your graduation today in the General Assembly of the United Nations. So thank you very much. Four years ago, students, we started Tutt House together. I was a new teacher, wondering why it was called Tutt House instead of Toot House, because it's tutorial house. Anyway, okay. You were the new class of freshmen. You were like really tiny. Basically, you were wearing diapers. And the other night, I counted, and I've taught 62 of you. I've worked with countless numbers of you in various clubs. I've chaperoned all of you. And like many of you, I'll never forget the canoe trip. I spent a day paddling around in circles and came ashore to find basically a scene from Lord of the Flies come to life. I was at Frost Valley. There are a number of directions this can go, but I was at Frost Valley, which confirmed my suspicions that you were indeed the finest group of square dancers I had ever met. I've also spent the last 3 years with you randomly deciding between assembly and advisory. I grew a mustache to make you laugh and shaved it before parent-teacher conferences. I read a children's story to you when the projector wouldn't work in the student lounge, and I said yes when you asked me to prom, even though your promposal was very embarrassing. Traditionally, these speeches are about the students, but if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about me and what I've learned in my time here. So first, you taught me about time management, IB deadlines. I learned don't really matter. What matters is finding out when the quote-unquote real IB deadline is. This is why I wrote this speech in the bathroom 5 minutes ago. I don't know why I did the writing in the bathroom. I could have written it over there. But anyway. Second, you taught me about manners at the breakfast table. So for hundreds of years, humans have been eating muffins with their hands. What animals? I guess animals who eat muffins and have hands. But you showed me that it's much classier to eat your muffins with a spoon. Third, health and physical education. I actually learned this lesson from you and from Mr. Davison, our resident expert in all things healthy, when before the Silver IA trip in his absolute scariest voice cautioned us that there would be absolutely no, I'm going to try this in his accent, no vapors in the outback. Fourth, dancing Wednesday night on the boat. No, I actually didn't learn anything from you about dancing. You guys are whack. You should have stuck to square dancing. I've taught at many wonderful schools, and every year the students blow me away. But I think we all know that there's something truly special about Eunice. Eunice graduates, you, soon, you're going to leave here knowing how big the world is. That it extends beyond your apartment and beyond this school and beyond this city. You leave here knowing that you belong to the world and not the other way around. How many languages do you speak? How many countries do you represent? How much of the world have you gotten to experience by virtue of coming to Eunice every day? More than any other young adults, you are totally equipped to make good choices, do good work, and take the kind of risks that can make the world better. You know so much already. I hope you know how smart you are, how capable you are, and how ready you are. But you did make one horrible mistake. You gave me this platform, and so I'm going to give you some advice. So take out a pen and something to write on. I think my authority has expired. Okay, so here are some things I've learned in my 62 years on this earth. 1, if a friend asks you to help them move, help them move. 2, read books, particularly fiction. TV and movies do not respect your intelligence. No, I'm being serious. No offense to anyone who works in those industries. But literature almost always does, so read books. Do not be the kind of person who shows up late to class carrying a coffee cup. Embrace the fact that you never know how life is going to turn out. Let me tell you about Matthew Herbert Herman at age 17. When I was in that's my middle name. When I was in high school, the only thing I thought I was good at was playing baseball. In fact, that was the only thing that anyone seemed to know about me. And get this, when I was a college freshman, I needed to list 2 interests that I had for the freshman year directory. I chose baseball and basketball. I wrote that. That's what other freshmen would think of me, that those are my only interests. It wasn't until an English class during my sophomore year that I realized the thing I actually cared about, more than baseball or basketball or anything else that had defined me in my pre-college life, was literature. I mean, I still love baseball and basketball, but I found books. And literature and the course of my life completely changed. The 17-year-old me wouldn't have believed that the 19-year-old me would spend his free time reading. And the 19-year-old me never would have believed that one day I would be standing here before you as an English teacher and avid bird watcher. The point is, you think you know what life or your life is going to look like, what your major will be, where you'll live, and so on, and that's fine, maybe you do. But there's really no way of knowing if what you're interested in today is what you're going to be interested in next year, or if who you love now is who you're going to love forever, or whatever. Look at me. Did I ever think I would get really into bird watching, or grow a truly amazing and/or embarrassing mustache, or spend a semester traveling around the world on a boat, or quit a career at 30 to become a teacher, or fall in love with someone? Wait, you don't even know what happened. Okay. Or fall in love with someone and uproot my entire life to move to Turkey with that person. Like, God, no. I didn't think any of these things would happen. And these were the very best decisions of my entire life, particularly the last two. Each of these things required giving up something stable for something new and different and scary, especially the mustache. That is the last mustache joke. But people, amigos, this is very likely your only life. Do not let that stop you from taking chances, from making changes, from pursuing an experience, a relationship, a career, whatever, that requires some sort of risk or leap of faith. Be kind. Have an open mind. Accept the fact that before you can be great at something, you're going to be a novice. Understand that you can love things you're not great at. Always choose doing something over doing nothing. You're now done with Eunice, and that means college or a gap year or something else, something new. People are going to be telling you about how this is a new chapter and all of that. Some of you will reinvent yourselves. Some might explore the far corners of the earth. And many of you will just go on being the amazing people you already are. But even though this moment seems monumental, just remember that it is always within your power to make changes, to take a chance, to be a better, kinder, and more interesting person. You can do that whenever you want, not just after high school graduation. Lastly, while you are out having these amazing experiences, there is one thing you absolutely must not forget to do ever if you want to make them count. For each and every one of these experiences, you must always upload your written reflection and your evidence to ManageBack. Congratulations, class of 2019. We love you. I love you. And we're all going to miss you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. That was a great speech. You will